Hello my friends and welcome back to our continued blind let's play of Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. My name is the FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and today we're continuing on with the 5th case, Turnabout Revolution with Rayfa's Insight. I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day today. I've been away for a couple days and I'm coming back to, oh boy, one of probably a very complicated case here, as there's a lot of things going on that we don't have answers to, and we have a lot of evidence that we could use as well. So please forgive me if it takes a little while to get started here, but yeah, I gotta recap some things in my brain too. But hey, it's good to be back. I can't wait to continue playing this, so let's go. At around 3 p.m., my father was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. Did you ever realize, like, a lot of people drink grape juice in this game? I mean, wasn't that Phoenix's favorite drink? I wonder if this game had a sponsorship with grape juice or something. He had been waiting diligently, when suddenly he heard Dhurke's voice. The next moment, he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. My father tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed, and the attacker let out a laugh. Well, that is what we saw in the seance. It's kind of weird that we're not examining this seance, you know? We're doing an insight here. So now what, Miss Wright? It's up to us to figure out where he got that grape juice. I would like to know if it's different than my own. I mean, to knock holes in Rayfa's interpretations of Inga's memories. In other words, we need to prove that her understanding them could be mistaken. Okay, I'll give it a try. Okay, this is what I was expecting to see. And this is when everything goes south. Oh boy, where do we begin? Probably begin by clicking on one of the things, I would imagine, but do we need to also have this the same? Okay, let's watch the top part first. So we have incense and grapes. It was sour. Don't know how that helps. More incense. Footsteps. He's walking. Here's a man's voice. He has a man's voice, but he looks up. He looks up here. Even though he hears a man's voice, wouldn't he like turn to where he heard the man's voice? Pain. More footsteps. And then, of course, the blurry face. Tries to shoot him. Explosion. I have a lot of questions here. So, my first thing is, he heard Dhurke's voice, but he didn't turn to Dhurke's voice. These are always tricky because you don't really know how to line these up precisely.
Objection!
Did I get it right? Your benevolence seems to be in. No, I don't think so. That does not seem like the right answer. Or maybe it is. Mr. Inga is far too relaxed for what was supposedly about to take place. Wait, is that actually the right answer? When he heard the voice he claimed is Dhurke's, he didn't seem the least bit alarmed. He just kept looking at the picture of the founder. Yeah, okay. That's exactly what I said. Why is he looking up at the founder? You would normally think that if you hear someone's voice, you turn to the person who spoke, right? Ah. That's strange, right? He was waiting for Dhurke to arrive with the founder's orb. But when he heard that voice, he didn't even turn to look. Exactly! Okay, I can't believe I got that right on the first try. That is a miracle. Don't you think he would have been worried about being attacked from behind? Ugh! Then whose voice was it? It was likely someone whose presence hadn't have alarmed him. Someone like a friend.
Objection!
Oh my god, I forgot about her. But there was no third party at the scene of the crime. Therefore, the verse can only belong to Dark. The voice of a third party who wasn't there in the tomb. Apollo, don't we have something that could reveal the identity of the owner of the mystery voice? We do? You know, I think we do. We do? Something that Inga had while he was waiting for Dhurke. With it, we just might be able to figure out whose voice it was. I believe we can identify the male voice Mr. Inga heard with this. I have no idea. Something that Inga had while he was waiting for Dhurke. So Inga had this item. Inga had this item. Isn't this the only thing? No. Inga demanded Dhurke bring this to him. Right? So he didn't have this. Think of one of these two items?
Take that!
Are you sure that's really going to help? No, I'm not sure. Yes, as sure as the sun rises in the east. You sure are confident. However, I fail to see a connection of any sort. Like the sun, it seems the feds couldn't find energy to rise to the occasion. I guess that was a bit too fly by night. I don't know. I just saw that there's something that can help us identify a male voice. Something identified a male voice. Something that identified a male's voice. I don't think so. I don't know of anything that could identify a voice. Let me go with Albie's statement here. That's not either. Alright, or we can skip through this by just loading our save data here. What could it be? I got the really hard one right, but I can't get the other one right.
Take that!
That's not it either. I mean, there's only so many things it could be, but what is it? I have no idea.
Take that!
I legit have no idea what this could be. I don't know of any recording device.
Take that!
I don't know of any recording device. I don't know of any object.
Take that!
I'm legit stumped. I have no clue at all.
Take that!
Yeah, alright. Well, I'm gonna put a cut in this video. I'm just gonna try everything. I'm sorry. I just have no idea what to do with this. Like, zilch. I am completely fine. I think that I can brute force it. So, eventually we'll get to it. Okay, the music hasn't stopped, which it normally does when you get something right. But at the same time, she did say something different here. I presented, it didn't take that long, thankfully, the tomb crime photo. Not really sure what I'm going with this, but apparently it leads to something. That's my father's. I know this must be hard for you, but could you please look at this photo? There's something here that can point us to the identity of the voice. What the heck is gonna point us to identity? Oh. Okay, maybe it's because modern day technology, but here's a fun fact. I did not own a cell phone until I was like 30. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. I have never had a cell phone that doesn't look like the modern day phone. You know, the, basically a block, you know, that you work on. I never had a flip phone or anything like that. So to see the flip phone, for some reason, my brain just did not identify this as being the source of him talking to someone. But on reflection, it makes perfect sense. The phone is open, which means he was talking to someone. So that's the voice that he heard. Wow, I feel so dumb right now. But you know, I'm pretty sure there's some people in the watching this video who have never seen a phone like this in their life. So they'll be like, what the heck is that? Yeah. I mean, I always wanted one of those old phones that like Star Trek had where you open up and it goes.
Take that!
A cell phone? I can't believe I didn't see that. That is so obvious on reflection. Why could I get like the really hard thing right, but I couldn't get the easy thing right? Right, I believe that the voice the minister heard was of a call on this cell phone. I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. What is your eminence's view on the matter? I can see the possibility. Then it seems I must refine my vision. Well, that's what we do. Oh, God, I just realized that's what we do. That makes this a lot harder. Subordinate's voice. It appears that the voice belonged to one of my father's subordinates. Why do you suppose he was talking to one of them then? My father had members of the secret police positioned throughout the palace. They were supposed to contact him as soon as they saw Dhurke and the rest of you. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Your benevolence. I believe you have an insight to revise. I know, bob the head. Don't presume to tell me how to do my duty. Oh Lord, what are we gonna do now? He had been... My father then took a call from someone at the palace. Okay, well that's true, but... What did that change? So the voice was coming from the phone. That's good to know. But there might have been other sounds coming from the phone. Sounds that could be clues. Okay, pay attention to sounds, Flightless. Let's take another look at Rayfa's insights and really focus on the various sensations. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Okay, what other sounds do we hear? I feel like the game is pointing us in that direction very strongly. So ignore all of that. Footsteps because he's walking forward. Strange we don't hear the footsteps of Dhurke. Someone, whoa, that's new. A lion's roar? Lion's roar? Well, I don't know what to press on the bottom part, but this is definitely new.
Objection!
I hate to break it to your benevolence, but you misinterpreted something again. Lion's roar? What do you mean? Again? Smooth move, Apollo. I think you just hurt our feelings. It's been a couple days. I'm trying to think of what could be a lion's roar. Aha! Wait. That's a location. The lion's roar is a location. Because we heard a lion's roar in the marketplace. Except it wasn't a marketplace. It's not erase. It was a marketplace. It wasn't a lion's roar. It was the warbird. Remember the warbird sounded like a lion roaring and it like freaked the guy out. And then we're like, oh, that's not a lion, that's a warbird. By the way, that thing behind us looks really cool. The thing's smoking and stuff. But anyway, that's so he was talking to someone who was in the marketplace. How does that help us? I don't know. If he was in the marketplace, he wasn't watching the temple or the nobility resonance, right? Continue on. Let me rephrase that, your benevolence. Your interpretation of your father's phone call to the subordinate at the palace is inconsistent with this file memory. What do you mean by that? A lion's roar could be heard over the phone. Don't you find that strange? You claim this call was with someone at the palace. But let me ask you, do you keep lions there? No, the only animals at the palace are little birdies and my pet frog. Oh, you have a pet frog. That's adorable. Hope you have pet birdies too. Birdies are cool. Wait, that giant one in front of the minister's house is a pet? Besides, there aren't any lions in Khura'in. We don't have any zoos. A rather sad state of affairs, I'm afraid. Well, I remember hearing a sound like that. Yes, I do. The lion's roar coming from the phone is actually from something hanging out in the bazaar, right? The jungle. Isn't that the cry of the warbird over in the palace? Yes, exactly. Ah. Your benevolence, do you think you can clarify the voice for me? Very well. I will now attempt to further refine my vision. Again, how does that help, though? I mean, it means that the guy watching out for Dhurke wasn't... What's this? What? You interrupt my train of thought there. Just as I suspected, it was the call of a warbird. That means the subordinate Mr. Inga was talking to was in the bazaar, not the palace. But why is it important where the call came from? Well, it means he wasn't watching the palace, but what does that mean? What significance could it have? She's right. Is it important to know where the call was made from? I'm gonna say it is very important because I feel like he wasn't watching the palace, but I don't know why that matters. It's actually very important. Knowing that the person on the other end was at the bazaar means that the loud explosion might not have been the sound of a gunshot. I'm thinking about that. Well, what we're assuming the explosion to be is the gunshot, right? So that means he wouldn't have fired the gun, but I think he did fire the gun, so... I don't know where we're going with this, but... I can think of no other item that makes such a noise. And yes, I do. I just realized it's the firecrackers. Where are those things? Is it here? But this is... But he wasn't at the bazaar. It's Dats that had the things, right? But I don't have any evidence that Dats had those. Huh. Go ahead, Apollo. Tell her. Tell Rayfa the real source of that sound. Will do. Well, Horned Head, I'm waiting. What was the true source of that explosive sound? Now, the only thing I have is this. But this was at 2 p.m. But it's the only thing I have that says it's the that firecracker thing.
Take that!
What is that? It's Albie Argade's statement. In it, he claims that that's a rebel threw a firecracker at him while he was at the bazaar. Does it say that though? Did I read this enough? Dad slept out of a bazaar manhole, got yelled at by a dog and a warbot, and then okay. I misread it. I thought he threw the firecracker at him at the residence. Okay, we're on the right track. Reading is important, Flightless. Then, yes, the sound I heard over the phone was a firecracker exploding. Ah. And yet, a bullet was found at the scene of a crime. A bullet fired from Minister Inga's gun. How do you explain that? Well, we don't know whether it was fired during the course of the crime, right? Or do you have evidence that proves when the pistol was discharged? No, I have none. Wait a second. If that loud bang was a firecracker, then could that laugh at the end have been... No, it can't be. What was it? Say something. Oh, it can, and it is. The laugh came from none other than... The Joker got kicked out of startling Albie with his dragon shot snaps. Wait, that was Dats? The happy-go-lucky, that's a rebel. Really? What? Someone should really put a leash on that guy. But how does this help me, defend Dhurke? I shudder to think how one man can be the cause of so much trouble. Well, I know a guy like that. His name is Larry. Larry and Dats would be like a dangerous duo, I'm just saying. If they're ever like in the same game together, I think the world would explode. Ha 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 ha! Hey there, AJ and P-Dubs! Y'all can thank me later. No one asked for your commentary, Mr. Rebel. Your benevolence. Do you need to revise your insight? It would appear so. Okay, what are we looking for this time? My father took a call from a subordinate at the bazaar. The true source of that loud bang was a firecracker Dats threw. And I found a lamp belonged to none other than Dats himself. Well, this changes everything. Let's go over the details of Rayfa's insight again. Okay. I think I got this down now. Time to find another inconsistency. Look for something different. Incense, grape, sour. Footsteps. Subordinate's voice. The word about dog bark. That's new. Let's just keep playing it first, but that is definitely something we should probably cue in on. Pain. Footsteps. Explosion. Active. Okay, let's definitely cue in on the dog bark there. Warbot's cry. Dog bark. What time were they at the, weren't they there at 2 o'clock? I know, at 2 p.m., but this happened at 3? My father was in the tomb. But this happened at 2. But this could have been enough time. Because it said when I'll be caught up to him in the courtyard, so this happened after 2. If anything has taught me about Ace Attorney games, focus on specifics and adjectives. Like if it says green gun, you know, green is important. The fact that this says 3 p.m. and the dog is barking and it says 2 p.m. here, that makes me go that this is probably what I should click on.
Objection!
Your benevolence. This insight is inconsistent with the vision. Oh, please do tell. Where exactly does inconsistency lie, Horned? Well, it's kind of hard to say. Especially when you put me on the spot like that. Okay, so this is not the right answer. The defense will present opinions that will collapse under pressure. Guess I better take a closer look at the insights and the vision before I try. Let's save. So I don't lose too much of my health here. Maybe it's this one? Maybe it's this one? I don't present evidence, I have to click on something.
Objection!
It's not it. Oh, these are hard. These are really, really hard. These are really, really hard. I don't know what to do here. Maybe it's the fact that we heard footsteps after the pain?
Objection!
Because when you hear footsteps, then pain? Guess not. I don't know. I feel stuck again, and these are hard. Like the only new thing we have is the voice.
Objection!
And the other thing that confuses me is he feels pain, but then he looks up and he sees Dhurke. When he have felt pain in the back and then not seen Dhurke because Dhurke was behind him. I don't know what to do here. I just don't have any idea whatsoever. Just wonder if the time matters, but I don't know what to do with it. Like I said, these are hard. I'm so surprised I got the first one right on the first try because I didn't think that was possible. I feel like that dark spark is important. Maybe here because Albie wasn't at the bazaar?
Objection!
Alright, I hit another wall. I'm gonna go ahead and try a bunch of things, but I mean, at this point, I'm not getting anywhere, so... I'm stumped. I'm stumped. And I like being stumped sometimes because if you could just figure everything out instantly, then puzzle games lose their value because you need to be able to struggle with puzzles sometimes. And every now and again, you need a puzzle that you just can't seem to solve because that makes solving puzzles feel worthwhile. If that makes sense. Oh, something different. There's something different here. Your benevolence is a glaring problem with the inside. I clicked on the explosion this time. There is... You stated that the murder happened at around 3 p.m., which is right around the time my client arrived on the scene. However, now that we know that the source of live being is, your insight conflicts with a certain piece of evidence. I suppose I had to ask the obvious here. What evidence conflicts with the claim that the murder occurred at 3 p.m.? That's what I was trying to say originally! I was trying to say that originally with the dog barking. Now I understand. I had to click on explosion to basically say that the explosion happened at 2 p.m. and not 3. You see, that's what... This is typical Ace Attorney. You know the answer, you just don't know how to present the answer. Actually, I didn't know the answer. I guessed at the answer. I deduced the answer, but still, I kind of knew what I need to say. I just didn't know how to say it. LB Urge's statement again. Yes, because to summarize what he said. At around 2 p.m., Shadow was surprised by a firecracker and ran into the palace courtyard. Around 2 p.m. That's right. 2 p.m. Not 3 p.m. That's what Are you suggesting? I think you know where I'm going with this. The time is wrong. Dad's laugh, the cry of the warbot, and the bang of the firecracker were all heard right before Minister Inga's death. Thanks to Albie's statement, we can put a definitive timestamp on all the sounds. Therefore, the murder took place at 2. What this vision shows is that it's extremely likely that the deceased's final moments were at 2 rather than 3, as we had originally thought. That contradicts autopsy. I mean, it says approximately 3 p.m. sure, but I mean, that seems pretty precise. When you say approximately 3 p.m., you mean 2:50, 3:10, not 2. Dare I ask? It means the murder took place a full hour before Dhurke entered the tomb. Kunka! Ang! How can this be? Are you saying that I, the very personification of the law, has been mistaken? Saying you're a killer. That's what I think. Heh. Now you see why justice will always prevail. Peace, peace I say. Now then, defense. I must remind you that the figure of the accused was clearly shown in the vision. How do you explain that? Well, how do you explain that was there an hour before he was? I wouldn't say it was clearly shown. After all, the figure didn't actually have a face. You are absolutely right. Without a face, who can be certain of who it was? Well, it's, I mean, kind of obvious. Furthermore, I need to remind you that at the vision of 2 p.m., Dhurke was still with me and Mr. Wright. Which means this faceless figure couldn't possibly be him. So then, what are we to make of this 1 hour difference? Wait, 2 o'clock, that's when... Yep. My mother was performing the rite of channeling. Scumbag herself. The palace guards had all been reassigned to guard the channeling chamber for the rite. Don't tell me. For the residents, it would have been virtually unguarded. Which means a real killer could have easily slipped unseen into Amara's tomb. Defense, are you saying that this is someone disguised as the accuser? That's exactly what I believe, Your Majesty, but why is that face blurred? Are they gonna explain that? Preposterous. Disguises cannot deceive the memories of the dead. Exactly. That the face did not appear this time is mere happenstance. Well, why did it not appear? Had it appeared, such subterfuge would have been clear as day. Well, if we actually seen the real face, this case would be over in like a minute. But of course we don't. All the dots. He's got a point there. Anyone who knows about the Divination Séance would have tried to hide the face. Nevertheless, our killer openly appeared before Inga. The question is, why? Apollo. Maybe the killer could afford to be so bold. Because they knew their face when it showed up in the seance vision. What? It's possible that the killer dared to dress in Dhurke's clothes. Are you gonna say that it's the Holy Mother and the vision blurred her face because of it? And stand square in front of Inga. Precisely because they knew they could get away with it. But how could anyone be so sure of something like that? A long time ago, I heard of a cognitive disorder. Oh, propagnatia? Is that what you're talking about? Because propagnatia was in 999. And we actually had someone who commented on one of our recent, well, not recent videos, but a video from like 999. Who basically said, hey, you know, I have propagnatia as well. And, you know, he went on to say like his experience with it and whether or not the game did a good job with it. But I wonder if you're talking about that. I had never heard the word propagnatia before 999, by the way. That impairs a person's ability to distinguish between different faces. What if Inga had it? Then are you saying that this is literally how Inga saw the world? Yes, we can't normally see through the eyes of others, but in this case, we can. And if he had that disorder, I imagine this is how faces appear to him in life. Okay, let's say that the killer knew that Inga had such a disorder. They could definitely use it to pin the crime on Dhurke. But if you're wondering about how to prove that Inga had it, you already have what you need. Oh, we do! Oh, that's what that is for! I swear, if I never played 999, this would be so much harder. This right here. He was writing down people's clothing because he can't recognize faces. Ah, this all makes sense now. Well, defense, do you have anything to show this in court? Yes, I believe so. Frankly, I have no idea what Mr. Wright means, but I'll look the evidence over again. What explains why the face of Miss Inga's killer is absent in the seance's vision?
Take that!
Notepad? Yes, it was found in Mr. Inga's room, and it holds the answer we're looking for. As you can see, it's filled with detailed notes on various individuals. What kind of clothes they wear, hairstyles, and other discerning physical features. Not discriminating. And this is connected to the faceless nature of the killer. How? Well, the vision we saw was exactly what Mr. Inga saw with his own eyes. It is how he saw his killer as a person without a face. In fact, this is how he normally saw everyone around him. What's this? I believe Mr. Inga had a disorder that prevented him from recognizing faces. It would explain the faceless being. And why he needed a notepad full of people's physical characteristics. Now that I think about it, my father was always terrible at remembering people. By simply changing my hairstyle, he would fail to even recognize me. Your Eminence, you knew that your husband had such a disorder, didn't you? He never wished for it to become public knowledge. But I suppose there's no use to keep quiet about it now. It is, as you say. My late husband had a special disorder that hindered his ability to recognize faces. The medical term for it is prosopagnosia. Okay, I probably missed it. I think I said prosopagnosia. Prosopagnosia. Right, that's how you say it. I should probably write that down so I can learn how to say that. Let's see, prosopagnosia. Prosopagnosia. So Mr. Wright was right, and so was Ichikoshi. Thank you, Ichikoshi. The memories of those afflicted with such disorders in life do appear strange at times. There is precedent for this. So the killer likely knew about the disorder and used it to their advantage. Right, so there's someone who is both knowledgeable about the Divination Séance and aware of Inga's affliction. Your Eminence? Who know about your husband's condition? A small number of servants who tended to his needs. And, me. Surely you're not about to insinuate that I committed this crime? No, I'm not about to, because I've already done it, like 15 times. No, Your Eminence, still. Could she have done it? Khura'in has an alibi, remember? Alright. She was conducted the rite of chilling at 2 p.m. Yeah, but that can be... she could have had someone else under her control. Is that possible? We don't know if that's possible yet or not. That's just a theory. An Ace Attorney theory. But I feel like it's possible. In that case. Your Eminence, does Nana know about Mr. Inga's disorder? Of course she does. She is a head servant. So, as head servant, she knew about Mr. Inga's condition. And as a princess's personal assistant, attendant, she is familiar with the Divination Séance. If these two facts together don't make her a possible suspect, I don't know what would.
Objection!
You witless liar. How quick you are to forget the facts. Facts like? When Inga was last seen alive, you claim he was slain at 2. Yet that is impossible. For Rayfa saw him at 2:30. We did completely forget. I know I forgot about that too. No, there must be some mistake. So you see, the murder could only have happened at 3 p.m. The hour Dhurke entered the tomb. There is no other answer to this puzzle. Why don't we ever get to make up answers like Khura'in makes up laws? Guess it's back to square one. Well, where did we go wrong? I don't think we're the problem. We just seem to be short one piece of the puzzle. Our deductions so far explain everything to a T. Everything except for Inga's sighting at 2:30. I see. Without that final puzzle piece, all our reductions fall apart. Apollo, if Inga's sighting is the only anomaly, we'll just have to find a way to make it fit with the bigger picture. It's time to think outside the box then, right? Let's see. It would be impossible to see Inga walking around after he'd been killed. But what if there was a way to make people think it was alive, even though it was dead? Like a way to make people witness the living dead? Sounds like some kind of TV show. Things that don't happen in real life. Huh. Apollo, did you just... I did. I figured it out. I know how to make people witness the living dead. Your Majesty, our deductions weren't wrong after all. Despite Minister Inga being murdered at 2 p.m., he was seen heading into tomb at 2:30, and I'll tell you how. I certainly hope you will, because I have no idea what you're talking about. The Minister Inga, her benevolent soul, was in fact someone channeling him? Is that possible? It was the deceased being channeled. It's the only way a man who was already dead could have been seen by her benevolence. Channeled, you say? That's right. And there are only 2 people capable of spirit channeling here, Khura'in. Well, 3. Forgot Maya, but I don't think Maya was. She was here. Ugh. This is gonna turn on Maya, isn't it? Her Eminence, Queen Khura'in, and Maya Fey. It's possible that one of them was channeling Mr. Oh, that's right. Rayfa doesn't know how to channel yet. I forgot. It would seem that you're ever bent on making me party to this crime. Prosecutor, what was I doing at 2:30 p.m., the time at which my husband was seen? Eminence. I believe you had completed the channeling rite, or having tea with the king of the neighboring realm. There would have been many attendants there too. Excuse me, hiccups. Yenta has to keep up close with his schedule too? What doesn't she make him do? Then that leaves only Maya. Yeah, it does. Maybe someone was forcing her to use her power towards nefarious ends. The real killer could have been threatening her. That cannot be. So then, Inga screamed. That was probably when he woke up from being called back to this world. After all, that's when the floor of time would have picked up back for him after he died. So Minister Inga probably leapt to his feet, thinking he had just had a nightmare. Then realizing it was almost time for the hostage exchange, he raced off to Amara's tomb, not even realizing he was already dead. Then, her benevolence really did see a dead man running. Ah! But doesn't that put the blame on Maya now? I mean, is this really bad? Just saying? Like, really bad? Are we not thinking about this? Using the second ray, the second power is spirit chilling to commit a crime. How could this be? The defense calls Miss Maya Fey to the stand. Well, Your Eminence, will you allow a new witness? It matters not. Either way, this liar shall soon know the truth. He will know just how much of an imbecile he is in the face of my invaluable arguments. Insult me all you want, witch. You'll be eating those words when I expose the truth. Very well, let us adjourn until the next witness is ready. Are we getting a recess here? To be continued. Let's go a little bit further. We'll go until we get back into the trial. Because, yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of outside the court scene. May 19th, High Court of Khura'in. Accused lobby. Talk about someone really close shaves. Well, you can't get a closer shave than Hendon's brain blades, that's for sure. The trial's not even over yet, and I'm already exhausted. Still, you were able to fight back the queen herself in there. Well, maybe with Miss Fey's help, I won't have to keep on playing her game much longer. Speaking of which, I guess it's a little late to be asking, but do you think she's well enough to testify, Mr. Wright? She slept all day yesterday out of exhaustion, apparently. But that's all it was, so she should be okay. I know what it's like to have exhaustion. That's how I felt this week. That's why I haven't had any videos like up this week that weren't Ace Attorney, Suikoden, or Homestuck. I don't know what's happened, but I have been so tired. I mean, I got back from my trip and I've just been like, I don't know. I mean, even today, I thought I would feel better today. You know, I could sleep in a little. But I had a meeting to attend this morning that caused me to get up a little bit earlier. And then I went to do a video, and for some reason my OBS crashed on me like after 30 seconds. And that kind of made me not want to record. So I rebooted my computer and then lay down on the couch when my computer was rebooting and actually fell asleep. Woke up just in time to watch the wrestling pay-per-view. And now I'm here recording. It's like, oh, what is going on? I just feel so tired lately. But hopefully I can get some sleep tonight and feel better in the morning. Anyway, Bob Ted, on Ted. Oh, hello, Your Benevolence. Princess Rayfa, you were really impressive in there.
I am the royal priestess Rayfa Padma Khura'in.
She was really impressive. Like, absolutely. I like her character growth.
And I am prepared to face my father's death.
Like, seriously, that is an amazing moment right there. I mean, the amount of courage it takes to do that is out of this world. Despite your mother's opposition, you stood your ground. And in doing so, you fulfilled your duty as the royal priestess. It was all thanks to you and your friends. Your belief in me gave me the courage to follow my path. So, you have my gratitude. Oh, don't mention it. I know. I shall thank you with a gift. What would you like? A cow? A horse? Or perhaps I should reward your efforts with a royal shoulder massage. How about helping me not get killed in this trial? Oh, that's okay, Your Benevolence. Your gratitude is more than enough, thanks. But I thought the Americans liked massages. My technique was highly praised by my father, I'll have you know. Hey, you lawyers, where's the accused? Huh? Dhurke? That's a good question. Huh? What happened? What are you doing? I blew it big time, AJ. That's... Shut up, you. What's going on? The scoundrel tried to escape with the accused. What? We were able to nab him, but the accused is nowhere to be found. Where are you hiding him, you miscreant? I keep telling you, I got no idea where we went. I mean, yeah, we booked it together. But I lost track of him after that. So Dhurke's on the lam now? Probably, but who knows? He vanished in the blink of an eye. Vanished? Hey, you wanna know something, AJ? Dhurke said to me, you can't put Amara in danger. I have to set her free before it's too late. What? Don't tell me he's gone to rescue her. Well, that's what I am telling you. That's why I helped him escape in the first place. Dats, do you realize what you've done? Well, what's done is done. Still, why don't you go choose to rescue her now? Maybe he didn't want to die with any regrets or something. You know, just in case he ended up on the chopping block. Why, Dhurke? I thought you believed in me. Don't be like that, AJ. He'll be back as soon as he frees Amara, you'll see. That's not the point, Dats. Listen, lawyer. You let us know immediately if the accused contacts you. The trial will now resume. See that you are ready. Wait, the trial's still on? Even without the defendant? Those are Eminence's orders, so you will return to the courtroom at once. Let's go, Apollo. All we could do is see where the next testimony leads. May 19th, High Court of Khura'in. Now then, let us resume the trial at hand. Your Majesty, my client seems to have gone missing. What do you think, Your Eminence? Should we proceed without the accused? Why not? My little guard is searching for him as we speak. They shall find him soon enough, but they would not dare to keep me waiting. Yes, but what about the law governing court proceedings? Let's go do a Judge Dredd move here. I am the law, or I shall simply revise it. As the sovereign of Khura'in, I proclaim the following. Should the accused be an enemy of the crown, they may be tried in absentia. Well, in that case, I guess there's no problem with proceeding. Will the witness, Miss Maya Fey, please approach the stand? Why is she in trouble again? Sorry to summon you like this, Maya. Getting dragged out of bed and into court is not exactly a fun wake-up call, Nick. I'm sorry, Miss Fey. It was my idea. And you are? Oh, right. I'm Apollo Justice. It's nice to finally meet you. Oh, so you're Apollo. Nick told me all about you. You're the new guy with the loud voice and a bit of an unreliable streak, right? Oh, well, thanks. Unreliable? Well, that was 2 years ago. Come a long way since. So, what was I called here anyway? Am I under arrest again? Yeah, I know, like, really, that's like a common theme, and she's in big trouble because there's only 2 people who can channel, and if we're right about the channeling, Goran's instantly going to make her her target. Huh? I guess no one's filled her in. Well, she has been asleep this entire time. Miss Fey, this is a trial for Dhurke Sahdmadhi, and you're here as a witness. What? Dhurke's been arrested? But what? That's not exactly the reaction I was expecting. Miss Fey, you were suspected of playing a part in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. What? Someone allegedly forced you to channel the minister to obfuscate the time of his murder. At least, that is what the defense claims. Wait, what? How could you, Apollo? How did you even reach that conclusion? So sorry, but it's the only way this whole case makes any sense. Your understandable anger at the defense aside, will you testify, Miss Fey?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Witness testimony. Channeling the minister.
I don't have any idea what's going on, but I know I did channel Miss Inga. I didn't even have the chance to do something like that. Besides, I never go quietly along with some criminal's plan. Though, I guess there are some things I go quietly along with.
What does that mean? It seems the witness doesn't believe she has ever channeled Justice Mr. Inga.
And if our words appear to be true defense, your entire argument becomes mute. You do understand that, don't you?
Yes, of course. It doesn't seem like Miss Fey is lying. Apollo. Maya was being awfully secretive about something just now. Then I guess I'm gonna dig a bit and try to get her to open up to me first. Flightless, I thought you were gonna stop after you got into the courtroom. It's been a while. Channeling the minister.
I don't have any idea what's going on, but...
Hold it!
You've been asleep ever since you were rescued from the tomb, correct?
I was exhausted after being held captive for so long.
That must have been terrible. Maya, Mr. Inga didn't do anything to you, did he?
Oh, no, it wasn't like that. On the contrary, I asked him all sorts of things.
Like what?
Like, I'm really craving burgers, and I'll die if I miss an episode of The Plume Punisher.
That's our Maya.
Acting like a brat netted me a TV and even a few burgers from someplace. Wow, nice. He was surprisingly nice to me.
Huh? Are you sure we're talking about the same guy here?
He may have been large, but he was unexpectedly easy to push around. Even though he's the one who was responsible for pushing those execution papers through? Oh, that. Proving executions was simply his preferred method as stress relief.
With a wife like her, he probably was pushing them through out of fear. I'm beginning to see why you wanted to stage a coup.
In any case, my time in captivity was so bad, but all the things that happened. I know I didn't channel Minister Inga.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? Maybe just don't remember channeling him. Is it possible that Khura'in channeled Maya, who channeled Inga? I mean, like, there's a lot of theories on that channeling. I don't fully understand it, but is that possible?
Don't remember? I may be 28, but I'm not senile, you know?
Something's not right here. Miss Fey, you were confined to Mars tomb the whole time. Is that correct?
Yeah. But I wasn't conscious the whole time.
Okay then, let me ask you something. Did you ever see Nana in the tomb? Dressed as Dhurke?
Huh? Is this some kind of joke? I think I remember if I saw something as crazy as that.
Plus, I doubt anyone would carry out a crime like that right in front of a potential witness. I hate it when he's right.
I never had the chance to do something like that.
Hold it!
You didn't have a chance to channel him. Does channeling someone take a long time?
Not really. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty much instantaneous. But I was all tied up, literally. So there was no way for me to make the channeling mudra with my hands to do it.
What is a mudra? Is that like a motion? What is mudra? Mudras are symbolic hand gestures or postures, primarily used in yoga, meditation, and related practices in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. They involve specific finger and hand positions that are believed to channel energy, stimulate different areas of the body and brain, and influence the flow of life force, which they call prana. Huh. Apparently there's 7 mudras: earth, water, digestion, heart offering, throat chakra activation and self-healing, knowledge, wisdom, and vital energy of prana. Okay? Right. I guess you really didn't chant Inga then. Maya, when mediums are done with this session, they can send the spirit back to the other world themselves, right?
Sure, unless they're still in training. Amateurs can get possessed by spirits sometimes. But full-fledged mediums can stay in total control of a session. And they can send the deceased spirit away anytime they want.
So I take it you can do that too, Miss Fey?
Of course. It's essential the new and improved Mystic Maya Fey, a spirit medium.
I need a game called A Spirit Medium now.
That's strange. You seem like the same old childish Maya to me. Grr, I'll show you childish, Nick. Besides, I never go quietly along with something criminals plan.
So you want to chill spirits for a unseemly purpose?
Of course not. Spirituality is my bread and butter, and I take a lot of pride in my work. It's like, would you use your legal skills to commit a crime, Apollo?
No, but I have a feeling Khura'in would. Well, until finger pointing and objecting became deadly, I don't see how they can be used. Well, it was used in, what was it? Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, was it? Where Phoenix Wright was a character?
Wow, you're a regular Mr. Smarty Pants, just like Nick. Always at the ready with some sarcastic comeback.
I think I'll save my many objections for after the trial. Yes, please.
Anyway, I never go along with something like murder. Though, I guess there are some things I go quietly along with.
What does that mean? Sounds to me like you're trying to hide something, Miss Fey.
Didn't anyone teach you about respecting boundaries, Apollo? It's really rude to pry into a person's private affairs.
Sorry, I didn't realize. Wait, we're in a court of law.
Yeah, I know.
Then what was all that about me being rude? I'm just doing my job. So please, just tell me, what exactly are you hiding?
Sorry, but I promised Dhurke I wouldn't say.
Oh. You made a promise to Dhurke?
Mm-hmm. A pretty big one.
I think this is about all you're going to get out of her. Didn't Dhurke warn us that we'd find the truth? Yeah.
Enough! The witness is denying that she channeled any spirits. Further questioning is pointless. It appears your little fiction has been suddenly exposed for what it is. She'll listen to Apollo. I don't even know why you suspected me in the first place. I mean, you don't even have any evidence to be telling Mr. Inga, do you?
Oh, evidence, huh?
There's no point in even thinking about it, really. I don't use anything special to channel spirits, so there wouldn't be anything left behind.
That's true. Just like what she channeled, a high priest. All Maya needs is her own body. The defense says no evidence offered. I will have to end this cross-examination. And we got nowhere here. Well now, even if she doesn't use any special items to the channeling itself, you'd think there would be something to complete the deception. Is there any proof that Justice Institute was channeled? I have to say there is, because if I don't, then we're screwed. You bet there is. I don't know what it is, but I'm just saying we're screwed if we don't do something here.
Really?
Well, no. You're bluffing. Yeah, I am absolutely bluffing. That's right. I'll be fine. If we're right, then there must be some sort of proof to back us up. Well, I'm afraid we're gonna have to find this out in the next episode, my friends. I will be stopping here. Much love to you all. Hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, amazingly awesome day today. And until next time on a blind Let's Play, is Attorney Apollo Justice? Spirit of Justice. Yes, that's right. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that thumbs up to like the video and subscribe. So long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.